Hi Hemant.
Hi, Shanti.
So this is your second Python IIS demo in Azure.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, right. Yeah, go ahead.
So today I'll go over this demo on uh, installing VM on the Azure portal with the help of Python ISE, and we'll also be deploying Redis web server on this. So as part of this demo, I have used a couple of AI prompts from Gemini and ChatGPT to basically give me the code snippets that I can start using to um, um, complete the demo. So I'll just take a look at those. So this is one of those prompts that are fired on Gemini, basically asking to provide those code snippets. As this is on Python, I also verified what all dependent libraries are required. So those are already prerequisites which are part of it and they're already installed. And specific to Linux OS as well. So all these prompts were used and the code snippet is also being utilized as part of this demo. And also used Microsoft Learn as also as a reference to basically um, see if there are any additional details that I can verify for this demo are all been used. So we can go back to the PPT. Yeah, this is a basic data flow for Python. So here we have, I have created two files. One is for environmental file, which basically stores all the information related to global variables or that is very specific to the environment, like client ID, client secret, and passwords. They all can be stored under environment variables so that we are not hard coding them in the um, Python file. And also we have another Python file which is redis.py, which has all the configuration details, what resources we are creating, how many dependency resources are required. So all those details are there in the Redis Python file. Next, with the help of dependency, some native Python libraries and also some we install which are very specific to this demo are already installed on my local machine. So this file would basically interact with Azure SDK and also with the API to and basically provision the virtual machine that is required and then later deploy the Redis server on the Ubuntu VM. So here are the prerequisites for this demo. Um, Azure Portal, Visual Studios, Python, they're all installed. And so as part of this demo, we will directly look into the code that is being used for completing this task. So this is environmental file with the common details. So I've just graded out some of them so that they're confidential and they're not supposed to be meant to be public access. So here, this is the file that basically has the code related to creating these resources. And you can see I also have some local variables that will store some information specific to these resources like location, name, subnetting. And on the top, you can see we'll be importing some of these global variables into this file like tenant ID, client ID, and consume as part of this demo. And on the right, we can see we have created some credentials that will be utilized to create these resources. So all these subscription ID, resource group name are the parameters that will be utilized to generate or provision this virtual machine, starting with resource group followed by virtual network at the bottom, then subnet and network security group on the left, allowing both HTTP and SSH connections. And on the right, we have IP address that will be assigned to this VM or NIC. It will be a static IP address that has been highlighted here. And here on the left, we are basically giving the NIC details, which location, what allocation type, and the ID that is required to generate is given. And on the right, oops, on the right, we can see those details, those user credentials. And at the bottom, we are also linking the network security group to the network profile as part of NIC, so that NSG can be set up for more security. So this is the code related to that will be ran on the VM once the connection is established, basically giving those commands to install Redis for us. I have captured the artifacts of the results as well. So we can see this is basically after the SSH connection, we can see in green that Redis is connected and it's up and running. So that's the demo. Now let's look into like executing the same on your local VS code. So this is a code. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna run this Python file. So here I'm telling the Python exe that go to this path where this file is and start executing this Python file. So we can see the first, so there's a dependency for all these resources, especially for virtual machine. We'll be needing those virtual network interface, NSG, IP address. So these are all interdependent. So this is important that the order in which these resources will be provisioned should be proper. Otherwise, we won't be able to complete all the task of generating VM. So we can see the address is assigned the public IP address to this VM. So we will connect to this VM from a local party once this connection is been completed. So I'll have that ready. Meanwhile, this is running. So one benefits of having Redis server is it's very fast in handling requests and it has very high throughput. It can even handle millions of requests in few seconds. So, and it's also very flexible. When someone needs very low latency and high throughput, they prefer using Redis web server. So we can see the connection is established and on the server, all the dependency libraries are being installed. And unlike other servers, Redis also it's unique in features like it uses key value pairs to basically read and store. It can have its own database that can store data. So let's look at now. I think the command execution is complete. Okay, let's try to connect from PuTTY. Okay, the connection is established. You can see the prompt change to Azure user. So let's verify Redis status. You can see it's active and running. So unlike earlier demos where we have used Apache, you can directly go to the browser and give us the IP address with the port, and you could see the default page. But in Redis, there's furthermore configuration that is needed. But other thing we can verify here is it actually runs on a port. So it's a default port. So we can try connecting to that with a Redis CLI. Sorry, I think I spelled it wrong. Yeah, so you can see now the connection, the prompt changed to 127.0.0.1 with default port, which is 6379. So from here, we can start from the scratch to build our database and build our application on Redis server. So this is what I wanted to demo today, Shanti. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. You have shared any URL?
So there's no default page for Redis from here because it currently is running on this
You are
port.
looking in the CLI only.
Yes, CLI, and also change the prompt to verify that it's open and it's listening on this port 6379 with this local IP address.
But on Redis server, you can install Apache 2 or some other web page based servers also, HTTPD. Okay.
Yes.
So that can be done like other participants how they have done it.
Right.
Right. I'll stop recording.